everyone, I am going to explain question number 3rd from exercise 4.1, and this question belongs from 11th class maths. So in this question we have to prove the given mathematical statement with the help of principle of mathematical induction where n belongs to capital N. So where n is any number and capital N is named as set of natural numbers. So first briefly I want to explain you principle of mathematical induction. So in this principle we have mainly 3 steps. First step is, first we will assume this given statement as Pn, and after assuming the given statement as Pn, we have to prove that P1 is true. So this is our first step. P1 is true means wherever n is there, we will put 1. And we have to bring left hand side of this equation is equal to the right hand side of the equation, and if it is satisfying, then it is named as P1 is true. So first step is this. Second step is, in second step we not have to prove, we only have to assume. We will assume for n equal to k, the given statement is true. So when we substitute n equal to k here, it is going to be pk. So we have to assume pk is true. So this is our assumption. You will not have to prove it. We have to assume pk is true. Now in third statement, we have to prove pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true. So this mathematical principle of mathematical induction depends on these 3 steps. So step by step we have to proceed it. First we have to do the first step. So if it is satisfying, then only we have to move to the second step. And in second step nothing is there to prove, it's only assumption. And then after doing these 2 steps, third step is very crucial. We have to prove pk plus 1 is true whenever pk is true. So with the help of pk, we have to prove pk plus 1 is true. So if successfully we are able to satisfy all these 3 conditions, then we have to write down that with the help of principle of mathematical induction, this given statement is true for all natural numbers. So we will start it. So first what we have to do, we have to assume this given statement as Pn. So we will write down, let the statement Pn is defined as Pn statement is defined as, write down the statement again. So 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 bracket plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 bracket close plus extended up to 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus it is also extended up to n in denominator and is equal to 2n upon n plus 1. So what this mathematical statement says that simply we will substitute the values of n here, we will get the answers. Means if you have to substitute here 1, then you have to take only first term and write here n equal to 1. So it is going to be your answer. So we are going to start to prove the first condition, that we have to prove P1. So we will write here condition first. On substituting n equal to 1 in left hand side of Pn. So it is going to be, when we substitute n equal to 1, it is going to be only P1. P1 means only first term you have to take from the left hand side. So from the left hand side, the first term is only 1. So just take only 1. And similarly we will do in the right hand side also. So similarly, right hand side of P1 is, so in the right hand side, instead of n we have to replace it by 1, so it is going to be 2 multiplied by 1 upon 1 plus 1, then bracket close. We'll solve it. So it's going to be 2 into 2 and down 1 plus 1 is 2, cut it, so you got 1. So left hand side is also 1 and right hand side is also 1. So we'll write here, which implies left hand side of statement P1 is equal with right hand side of statement P1. So statement Pn is true for n equal to 1. So first condition is satisfied. So here students, this one, from this complete all the terms, if you want n equal to 1 means 1 is one term, so take one term, there is 1. If n is 2, that time you have to take first two terms, and if n equal to 3, then you have to select first 3 terms, and if n equal to n, then you have to select all the terms. So like this the process goes. So we want only 1, so we are going to select only the first term. It is first term is 1, and in right hand side wherever n is there, replace it by 1. That is going to be your right hand side, because we want 1, that's why. Now first condition is satisfied successfully, that's why we move to the second condition. So what is our second condition? Assumption. We have to assume for n equal to k, pk is true. So we move to the second condition now. Let Pn statement is true for n equal to k. Now what is k? Just define here, where k is any positive integer, write down, or any natural numbers, meaning is say where k is any positive integer. So first we have to write down the statement Pn, because I need it. So Pn statement, from previous page I am writing, student. So Pn is 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2, then 1 plus 2 plus 3, then plus extended up to 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3, again extended up to n, and then equal to 2n upon n plus 1. So this is our Pn. So if we want Pk, then instead of n we have to write down k. So it is going to be Pk is equal to Pk statement is going to be P1 plus first 3 terms, there is no change. Instead of n we have to write down only k. So write down every term as it is, 1 plus 2, then 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3, then plus extended up to 1 divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, instead of n replace it by k, then equal to 2k upon k plus 1. So this is our Pk statement, and we assume that it's true, we will not have to prove it. So we'll assume that it's equation 1, because we need any condition third. So we'll write here condition third. In condition third we'll write down here, now we have to prove P k plus 1 is true whenever Pk is true. Means by keeping Pk true, with the help of Pk, we have to get Pk plus 1. So first we will write down Pk equation. So this form equation 1. from equation 1 we have, so what is our equation 1? Just write down. Equation 1 is, don't write down this pk, only start from 1 and write down only the equation, not the statement. It is 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2, then plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3, then plus, it is extended up to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus extended up to k in bracket equal to 2k upon k plus 1. So this equation I wrote from the equation first as it is without any change. Now with the help of this equation we have to obtain k plus 1. So students, now we have to analyze properly. So just see what is our analyze say. When n is here, that time here also n. When k is here, that time here also we have k. So if we want k plus 1 here, then we have to bring here also k plus 1. So the last term of, what I just want to say is, last term of p k plus 1 is what that we have to think. So the last term of p k plus 1 statement is going to be, here only one change you have to do, instead of k just write down only k plus 1. So the last term is going to be 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus extended up to k plus 1. So this is your last term of p k plus 1 statement. So this term you don't have here. So what we should do is, we have to add this term in the left hand side also here and in the right hand side also. So we have to write down on adding 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k plus 1 in both sides of above equation. So in this equation, this term you have to add in both the sides. Now how I obtain this term? By analysis I obtained that if Pn is here, that time in the last term also n, if k is here, that time in last term also k. So if we want to bring k plus 1, then the last term is going to be 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus extended up to k plus 1. So this term we need, but we don't have here in the given last equation we don't have. So introduce it by adding in both the sides, so that, so if you will add this term in both the sides, the equation is going to be balanced. So we have to add this term in both the sides. So we will move now into the next page. Before that I want to erase, only to explain you I wrote here. So first I am writing the above equation as it is. That is the equation was 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2, then plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3. These all are in bracket. Then plus, here we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k. Then plus, we have to introduce, as I mentioned in previous page, we have to introduce 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus k plus 1. Extra we have to introduce, and so this we added in the left hand side of above equation. So same we have to add in the right hand side also. So the right hand side was 2k upon k plus 1, and here also we have to add this term. So I am making the space. It is 1 plus 2 plus, I am just directly writing in short k plus 1 here. Now in this side, so this statement is converted to p k plus 1. So we have to write down here p k plus 1, and then so this term you can avoid, you can directly switch to the last term. So 1 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus extended up to k plus 1 and then equal to, now here students, this term you just write down as it is, 2k upon k plus 1. Now this one you will have to, you might have learned one formula. If not, then this I am writing here, sum of natural number, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, and sum of natural number formula is, that there is formula, that is n plus 1 upon 2. So this formula we are going to use. So what is n is the last term. So last term is what here? K plus 1. So according to, by using this formula here, we are going to get k plus 1, then k plus 1 plus 1 upon 2. So this will come in the division, student, plus 1 sign here. I will write in more better way. So plus 1 divided by, now this one, we have to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to k plus 1. So from this formula, the formula is first n is there, so what is n here? K plus 1. So k plus 1, then again k plus 1, then plus 1 is also there. So this is our n, then n plus 1 divided by 2. So that divided by 2 I am shifting here. So I hope this step is clear to you. So this is the curly bracket closed. So we had used the formula sum of natural number. Now we have to simplify the right hand side. So only right hand side I am writing here with more spacious place. It is 2k upon k plus 1 plus, is going to be here 2 1 are 2, this 2 1 are 2 here, then this k plus 1 as it is, and down k plus 1 is going to be k plus 2. Now here take the LCM. So when you will take the LCM is going to be both the bracket, that is k plus 1 and k plus 2. So when you will divide this k plus 1, k plus 2 by k plus 1, you will get k plus 2. So here you are going to get 2k, k plus 2 and then plus only 2. Now open the brackets here. So when you will open the brackets, you are going to get here 2k square plus 4k plus 2 divided by k plus 1 and k plus 2. Now here you can take 2 common. So when we take 2 common, we are remain with k square plus 2k plus 1 upon k plus 1 and k plus 2. Now this one with the help of a plus b whole square, it's actually k plus 1 whole square. So just write down here k plus 1 whole square divided by k plus 1 and k plus 2. Now this k plus 1 and 1 square will cut. So we are remained with only 2 k plus 1 divided by k plus 1. This k plus 2 I am splitting as k plus 1 plus 1, then big Y. So students, just see, when we have only k, means you can see the question. So right hand side is arranged according to the k plus 1, because for Pn the right hand side was 2n upon n plus 1. You can check the question. The right hand side was 2n n plus 1 when we have here n. So what we have here, k plus 1. So according to this, if you replace the n by k plus 1, then you are going to get 2 k plus 1, then up in down k plus 1 plus 1. So that only we achieved here. So Pk plus 1 statement we obtain with the help of Pk statement. So final conclusions we have to write down. So here we write down. So by principle of mathematical induction, Pn is true for and belongs to capital. It means for all natural numbers the Pn statement is true. So I hope this is clear to you. Further, if you have any doubt, you can write in comments so that I can clear out your doubts. Thank you.